Taking a live look outside to kick off your 7 o'clock hour over Golden this morning from our camera atop of Lookout Mountain. Blue skies, lots of sunshine. We're in store for another warm day, but a windy one at that. Thanks for being with us, everybody. I'm Jordan Chavez.
And I'm Lauren Scafidi. Let's send things on over to senior meteorologist Chris Bianchi. Chris, you're going to feel that wind today, though, that's for sure.
Yeah, it's going to be noticeable. Yesterday was kind of a little bit breezy. Today, more kind of straight up windy for us. By the way, this is pretty typical for this time of year. April is on average the windiest month of the year across eastern Colorado, including the Denver area. Right now, seeing a little bit maybe of haze out there. That's maybe some dust getting picked up by some of that wind as it rolls its way down off the front range. But right now, those temperatures in the low 40s for us. Wind's not much of a factor yet, but that wind will be a factor later on today. 30s, 40s eastern plains, 20s and 30s in the mountains, and today we'll top out at 71. Mostly sunsplash degrees. More sunshine today compared to yesterday. However, that wind will be noticeable as we've been talking about. Those temperatures get up into the low 70s by early to mid-afternoon. We'll see those clouds increase a little bit this afternoon as well. High fire danger for the northeast plains as well as the San Luis Valley and Weld County, including Walsenburg later on today. So that fire danger, our main concern. However, Friday, Saturday, it's going to be more of a heat story for us with temperatures spiking into the 80s. I'll show you about our record high temperatures, more detail about our record high temperatures and our next chance for rain coming up in my full forecast. Erica?
Chris, thank you. It is 7:02, and as you get ready to travel through Commerce City this morning, just be aware we do have an eastbound 270 crash at Vasquez, so it is causing some headaches. We can see an active scene out here with fire crews and police. They're on the left shoulder and left-hand side of the interstate. So one far right lane is open and moving, but it's only a 2-lane interstate. So this, of course, causes big headaches, and 270 is pretty much slow every morning at this time as it is. So let's check in on that drive through that area. We're up to 23 minutes for your eastbound 270 commute between I-25 and I-70. Of course, the majority of that congestion is between Vasquez and York this morning. So that drive should normally be about 6 minutes. So we're at about a 15+ backup right now on that eastbound side of 270. Eastbound I-70 is a workaround option for you this morning. Just off of I-25, we've got a southbound Colorado Boulevard crash at Florida Avenue this morning. 6-minute slowdown on southbound 225. We do have the red light on that westbound side of I-70. 31-minute travel time between E470 and 76, so that's right around a 15 to 16-minute delay. Thank you so much, Erica. This morning, we're expecting to hear an update from Weld County about an issue at an oil and gas facility that's kept people out of their homes for nearly 3 days now. About a dozen people had to evacuate Sunday night after a problem at the Bishop Well site south of Gailton left one worker hurt. Chevron says a well is releasing mainly water right now, but also oil and gas. Weld County says their focus right now is securing the site and stopping the release from that well. Gailton Elementary has been shut down since Monday. It'll stay that way through at least tomorrow. Weld County says that experts are monitoring air quality and results so far are below levels of concern. Again, we're expecting to get another update by 9 this morning.
Copper is becoming the new catalytic converter as it's increasingly being targeted by thieves. Now the Denver City Council is talking about regulating the sale of scrap metal just like it does catalytic converters. The city is looking at requiring people to show government IDs and provide their information anytime they go to a licensed scrap metal dealer. They also would not be allowed to collect cash, and the buyer would have to get an affidavit saying that the person selling the metal did not break the law to get it. In a meeting this week, council members pointed to the vandalism of the MLK monument last year. People took copper off that statue and sold it for scrap, costing over $75,000 to fix. And RTD, which as of October estimated copper thefts had cost the agency over $100,000. Council members had plenty of stories about people stealing copper around the city.
At the old VA property, which they don't want to tear down because they're going to adaptively reuse it, has been so bad that the city actually permitted an electric fence to go around the VA to keep people out. Only here's the problem. They stole the copper out of the electric fence, and so the electric fence doesn't work.
Well, you see why that's a problem. The full city council is expected to take this up later this month.
Now to a live look at the nation's capital. The House is in session for only a few more days before it adjourns for a 2-week break. House Speaker Mike Johnson is under pressure to deliver a budget bill that President Trump wants enacted. The budget bill includes making permanent tax cuts that Trump approved in his first term. It would also provide money for border security, along with major spending cuts. Not all House Republicans are on board with the proposed measure. Johnson has threatened to keep members in Washington through the weekend if they cannot come up with a budget plan.
President Donald Trump signed a series of executive orders aimed at boosting the coal industry yesterday. The orders direct federal agencies to end what it calls discriminatory policies against the coal industry. That includes eliminating a measure that prohibited coal projects on federal land. Another order aims to protect coal plants that are currently operating. Trump is also instructing the Justice Department to look into state policies that discriminate against coal. The acting commissioner of the IRS is resigning over a deal to share immigrants' tax data with ICE. This is according to 2 people familiar with the situation. As part of the deal, the IRS could turn over information on taxpayers ICE is accusing of violating federal immigration laws. The deal is part of President Trump's immigration crackdown, but opponents say that it violates privacy laws. Melanie Caruso has served as acting head since February.
Northwestern and Cornell universities are the latest schools to get hit with massive federal funding cuts. The Trump administration is cutting $790 million from Northwestern and more than $1 billion from Cornell. Officials at both universities say they've seen reports of cuts, but they haven't been officially notified. A Trump official says the cuts are connected to a Title VI investigation. That's a federal statute that prohibits discrimination in programs that receive federal funding. Cornell has received more than 75 stop work orders from the Defense Department for various research projects.
The visas of 22 international students across the CU and CSU campuses have been revoked amid a crackdown on student visas. The universities confirmed that news yesterday. 12 of the students go to CU, 10 others attend CSU. CU said that in a statement, the federal agencies involved are not sharing the specific reasons for their actions. While the university spokesperson said they didn't have a full list of countries these students are from, they did say that it includes Kuwait, India, and the United Arab Emirates. CSU said last week that 6 international students there have also been affected. That number jumped up to 10 this week.